I credit Emmanuel every single time. Like every time I have an opportunity to credit him, I do, because he was so patient and so nice to me.
You are a child, actually.
Yeah.
That's, some people maybe they'll say, oh, if you're in campus, okay, come, it makes sense to intern. But this is someone who actually genuinely wanted to help.
Yeah.
And as an economy, we are supposed to be working, not having holidays for planting trees.
Holiday.
Holiday. Now, me, I'm like, see, to call a holiday. Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of Banter over Brunch.
Yes, episode 126.
Correct.
Yeah. Hey, for the first time, I got it right.
And you weren't even here when you were having that discussion, so well done.
Yeah, kudos to me. Welcome back to episode 126. My name is Alice Kanji.
My name is Alexia Msao.
And today we have a special person joining us.
Yay.
As you can see, you should be knowing her. And if you don't know her, this is the time to get to know her. Ikoshida.
Yes.
Yeah, so I don't know, do we give her a chance to introduce herself?
Yes, I think.
Yes. Hi guys, my name is Tara. I'm really happy to be on this podcast. It's been such a long time coming.
Yes, it's
Literally.
been a whole story, but
So I'm excited to be here, and I'm excited to have the conversation.
Yeah, we're very happy to have you on board. As you've said, it's been a long time coming, but we really wanted to have this episode with you so that you can have some banter without the brunch with us here today.
I know that's name of ours. We really lie.
I was coming expecting to see like
snacks,
like a cheese board.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we should rename ourselves because we struggle to eat at the same time talk. Because we tried the concepts before, but maybe we should try it. I don't know how people who do mukbangs do it, because when we tried it, we really struggled. But funny enough, I think it was the video on YouTube that did the best for us. So maybe we need to.
Or just maybe not even on the episodes, but just find a way to incorporate the branch of our name, because it is currently non-existent.
Tara can help us set up our branch
you guys,
live show.
I think the best thing to have is probably like a cheese board, like something like you can pick
a lot of
and like a cheese board. If you make cheese boards, by the way, you can reach out to us or such things that you think we can snack on during the episodes. Tukfanye ka promo here and there. Reach out to us, man, because I think we should have some brunch elements in our podcast.
True.
And our live show. Alexia, seriously, we're ending the year without a live show.
Okay, where is it, Alexia? Seriously, me when I removed it from my calendar because I had put it a tentative date. I mean, we still have like 4 weeks.
Tebu, I really did want us to have one this year because we've been on this podcast for 3 years. And we've never even met like our audience. And we know some of you guys are constantly tuning in, subscribing, which if you haven't, you should do that today. Alexia told me see every day fighting.
Yeah.
So please subscribe from wherever you're listening from. But yeah, we've had some avid listeners. Some of you are now leaving some comments on my Instagram personal photos. Ati tumeona Yongse mwenye ulikuwa umesema kwa podcast.
It's getting too personal. Even someone DM'd me, but this one was sweet. But okay, I feel like she listens to the podcast, so maybe I won't say what she said.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was just like, wow, okay, guys, I really listening.
I actually also got another
us.
DM and she said, oh, you had mentioned on the podcast that you're looking for, I don't know what it was, but I mentioned that I'm looking for something. And then she gave me recommendations.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, okay, you guys are actually tuning in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always like, you see the numbers that people are listening or watching your content. Maybe you can relate to this. But then now actually meeting people or people telling you, oh my gosh, you were asking for this. This is what. I'm like, oh my, okay. So we actually do have for real like listeners. And you say so many things in our podcast recording, you even forget some things that you end up mentioning.
I went today. These days I think we're much better.
Yeah. Usiambie watu go research.
I don't research.
About our atrocities.
Anyway, how you guys feeling? How's your week been?
I think our guests can start telling us how her week has been.
So far, so good, actually. Today is Tuesday.
Today's a Tuesday, so
maybe
since
we
last week.
Since we last saw
each other by there at some point.
At some point.
Yeah. So far so good. I'm easing into the month of November, and we're beginning to get really busy at the bar. I own a cocktail bar, by the way. It's called Rusty Nail. And yeah, I feel like the inquiries are coming in hot.
Yeah.
So this is probably going to be my last week of chilling on like availability, because it's gonna get hectic from there. But yeah, so far so good. I'm having a really good week. Also over the weekend we were at Gondwana.
2 out of 3
Yeah.
members here.
Yeah. How was it?
It was my first Gondwana ever.
Wow.
You're lying.
That was such a good one to start with.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It
How
was
the
my first
experience?
Gondwana. I was so jazzed.
Yeah.
The people, like, the people that go to this event, it's very different from all the other
Yeah.
events. Like you notice.
Yeah.
You notice. And the music was also really good. I don't listen to Uns on a daily. But
at an event like Gondwana, it just gives that.
there's something about being around everybody, like other people who are enjoying the music and like vibing. So even if you don't listen to Uns on a daily,
You'll be part of the flow.
you'll be part of the vibe and actually enjoy it. So I would highly recommend, if you've not gone to Gondwana, this is your sign. It was a lot of fun.
I've been saying on this
At least
podcast.
someone else is saying to them. So they're like, okay, there's some credibility.
Nimeshapata another credibility source.
Yeah. If
Credible
you went for
source.
Kunya as your first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that
it
was
was such a
nice.
vibe.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So I think, I don't know. Okay. Finish about your week before I start
Yeah,
interluding.
So what am I doing this week? This week I'm doing, so I have like 3 things running. I do photography, food photography, product photography, and then I own the cocktail bar, and then a content creator. So I don't even know what I should say as my main or sides. They're all
They're
my
all the
mains.
main. They're all the
Yeah,
mains.
so this week I feel like I'm doing a little bit of everything.
Which is
So,
ideal, because sometimes
yeah.
you can have weeks where you're really focusing on one and the other one naturally suffers
Yeah.
because of deprioritizing.
Yeah.
So yeah, at least having a bit of everything.
And that means they've all picked up.
Yeah.
which
Oh,
is
yeah,
good.
they've picked.
Which means you're
We
doing
love
well.
to see it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I'm pushing.
You're pushing.
pushing.
Yeah.
we love that for you. I don't know if Alexia wants to go first. Apparently,
No, you
I
go
talk
first,
a
so you
lot.
keep it short so that
I keep
you
it
know,
short.
You know, when everyone else has talked.
I get too comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I had a really good week last week. Corporate wise, I got my review for work. I've basically been in the pits for quite a bit of time, but yeah, it was positive news, and so at least we are moving in the right direction. I've really settled into my PR role. I think I was struggling to be in a role that wasn't, I wouldn't say it wasn't for me, but I enjoy doing PR and communications better than doing growth marketing. And not to say that I'm a fantastic growth marketer, just saying, but that's just where my passion lies. It's almost like content creation and just like vibing when you're on the job. So that's been going good. Weekend was a very heavy one for me, I think, because Saturday, unintentionally, I had 4 episode recordings for My Tech Story Africa. If you haven't tuned it already, now's the time for you to also check out the other brand. It's growing steadily. I'm also just liking that all the platforms are kind of at the same place. So TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, it's almost like the followers they're same pace. So there's not one that I can say is suffering more than the other, which is really good, especially because it's been organic. But the heavy part comes in where I had 4 episode recordings. Now, usually even for BOB, 2 is normally our max. Or even for MTS when I was in Kigali or anything, 2, you're okay. Yeah, I've done my all. But that was quite a challenge for both me and our video editor who's behind the camera right now, because it was just, I talked from 12 to about 6 p.m. and it was just continuous. But it was for a brand that I really liked. It was for Moringa. If you're in the tech industry, that's kind of a really big deal.
Yeah.
So it was also just affirmation for me that my platform is gonna go places, and I'm just happy to see the progression of MTS. And then of course,
Were they guest episodes?
yes,
So 4 guest episodes.
4 guest episodes.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll say it was unintentional because there was a lack of miscommunication, accurate communication through the emails. But at the same time, we had psychologically prepared on Saturday when we knew, oh fuck, we have more than 2 recordings today. The max we're doing is 3. let's prepare ourselves for 3. But we reached, and then the second guest came with another guest. And they were really pushing, like, please, can we just feature? Let's have an episode. So Gidi and I were just trying to figure out, okay, we'll try and figure out how to mesh their episodes together. But it all just ended up being 2 separate episodes. Okay. And then we forgot that there was a third guest that had been waiting from 11.
Wow.
Because I wasn't organized. Normally, I'm very organized. This is your time slot. This is your time slot. This is your time slot. But because Moringa took up and said, we'll reach out to the guests and then they'll come in. I think they all told them come at 11. So now it's 4 p.m. We are thinking, good, we are done. And the lady is like, what about me? And we almost just fainted.
Oh, no.
We were just like,
she must have been so frustrated because she's like, seeing people come in, go out, come in, go
so
out.
now it was, I can't even start telling her that, we can't record today.
And you're there and you're
she's been there. You could have told her earlier that, we wouldn't be able to, have you on. And so we just had to do what we had to do and record that 4th episode. But it was also just affirmation for me that, okay, if I really want to do this, we're able to do it, because I was able to still give my all and my best for all the episodes. So yeah, a bit challenging, but I'm happy that I did it. So maybe I can be able to do a whole season recording in like 3 days, and we call it a season. But yeah, bit of a challenge, but I'm happy that it happened. It was the brand that I loved being with. So go check out MTS if you haven't already. Then Sunday was Gondwizi. Of course, if you listen to this podcast, I am a preacher. In fact, they should be giving me marketing gigs for them, because I really, every month I go for every Gondwana. Like, this whole year I've missed like maybe 2 max. So I'm a very heavy.
Relax. Those 2 feel like.
Like I'm a heavy Gondwana babe. I've always been for the past 2.5 years, maybe 3. I just the way Tara said, the energy, the crowd is different. Everybody's there to have a good time. Everybody is super friendly. You don't feel insecure. Maybe, oh my gosh, I always have to be on my phone 24/7. There's normally not too many cases of theft from my experience there. The music is good. The crowd I was with was absolutely amazing. I was on stage as usual. It was just a vibe. Yeah. Rongai is far. Come on, Rongai, please. I don't know how you do it. Especially if they're, sorry. Our brand manager here is from Rongai, but hey! No, it was quite something. By the way. And I just don't get it. Maybe if you work in Karen or something, but every day doing that, for me, maybe unazoea, but Mrs. is zoea. So yeah, but we had a really good time. So yeah, I think that's the highlights of my recap. And now we're just waiting to finish the year strong, both B.O.B, MTS, Honeycoin. Yeah, I think I'm in a good place right now. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah.
Awesome.
That was such a detailed recap.
Yeah, you see,
I love that.
She carries this under
we are
our
podcasters, man.
I'm fine, I'm good. So it was good. Pressure.
They gotta know this is a podcast, baby. So yeah, that's my recap.
Okay, what has been happening?
Match up.
Hey, the pressure. Okay, we had a good time last week. We did have a podcast recording as well, which was, I think, very different from the type of content that we've been producing. But I still think even when we look at our numbers, we have people in that age group. But it's very relevant too. So guys,
our last episode featured director,
corporate baddie, mother. So you can tell she's like ahead of us in years, in the other age group.
Sijui kama hiyo ni poa.
She's seasoned in years.
She's had a long-term experience.
She's like in her 30s, not even at old like that. Yeah. So, guys, she's just in her 30s. Goodness. Well, we're making this so difficult.
We're making it so difficult.
Anyway, so I think when she reached out and even just what she wanted to talk about, the balance of motherhood and work, advancing in your career and all that, I was interested, of course, because I'm like, wow, I do know a majority probably of our audience are in corporate or are in that stage maybe where they are planning to have children, because we do have some audiences. So that was a really good episode, and if you guys have not checked that out, please look out for that as well, because she does have a special offer for anyone
who reaches
who
out
mentions
to her
Banter
through
over Brunch and for her coaching program. So I think that was also really good. Actually, I just feel like we've been having really good guests.
No, that was a very inspirational episode. Like genuinely, especially if you're brunch bros, no hate to you, but especially if you're a woman, that's a really, really good episode for you to listen to just like push you and motivate you, because she just speaks of her entire life experience and just balancing what she said, motherhood and being a heavy, serious corporate body, but also empowering women to be the best version of themselves. But not only that, even the previous episode where we had Cinta May,
as an entrepreneur,
that one was quite something. As an entrepreneur, she really just gave us gold in that episode. And I think we also wanted to have a mix of that diverse kind of thing in terms of work. And so I think we also wanted Tara to come in and tell us about now the content side of things, and not only that, also balancing business, which I think we'll get a lot more into once Alexia is done with her recap.
So anyway, guys, please check out the episodes we've released. They've been amazing. My week wasn't that bad. It was okay. Weekend was good. Alice asked me, Sasa, what do you go for? What did you... Guys, I started partying when I was very young. So I have done lots of concerts. And I think this year, I feel like my theme... Okay, not in this year. For a while now, I've said I don't want to operate informal. Though it still comes. But just be very intentional with the things that I go for. Not that the concerts weren't bad, and not that I wasn't looking at snaps like, wow, Sauti Soul. But so I didn't go for any concerts this weekend, but I did have a wedding to attend. And it was a really nice wedding because the couple are like young-ish. Not young, 25. Is that young? 25, 26? Yeah, so just seeing people actually,
Both
I feel
of
like...
them.
Yeah, they're on the same age group.
Jesus.
Yeah, so just seeing guys, life is not the same for everyone, So when you see people doing other things, you're like, wow, and mko happy, na mmeifanya, na, you're moving on. So it was nice, and it was polite. Sunday, what did I do? Sunday I chilled, and then, hey, me who thought I was an F1 fan, like, I don't even know what's happening in the F1 world. I think because it became so...
predictable.
So but anyway, I decided, let me leave the house, let me meet up with my girls and just chill and watch F1, which was really nice. But I went to the gym on Monday, and I was like, I didn't drink that much, but I felt like I was struggling. I felt like I was sweating so much. I was feeling so tired. So I even thought my trainer is going to be like, madam. But he said, oh, you're doing so well. I said, I'm doing so well. I was like,
fighting for your life.
I am fighting for my life. It was like zero hanging, but I just felt, I think at the end of the day, when you drink, you've inserted something in your body that's, contrary to how
regular programming.
So still I think sometimes we think hangi is the puking and the headaches, but I think even just not operating at the optimal level is some form of a hangi. So I really struggled on Monday to hit the gym.
Are you still eating 6 meals a day?
Hey, no guys, that time, women, our bodies are very complicated. Like nowadays I'm always looking at my calendar like, am I ovulating? Am I what? Because why was I eating 6 times
a day?
I was just, like I said, I need to stop staying in the house because I eat. After a few minutes, I'm hungry again. I go, I eat.
By the way, it's true.
Yeah. When you're in the house.
You just
now,
eat.
I've had one meal and I probably won't eat till 5 or 6.
Home.
You see, because I'm busy, I'm preoccupied, maybe I'll drink water. But when you're in the house, everything just feels like you need to eat everything now. Yeah, cereal, yogurt, didn't need.
Kidogo. KFC, when was the last time I ate?
Exactly. So I feel like even with the pandemic and the way things shifted to guys working from home, I feel like there's a lot of changes that people must have been facing. Yeah, because you used to eat maybe one meal in the office or maybe just more structured, and then now you're at home and there's your fridge, I
don't know. I think my case is different. My house is always empty.
There's no
food. So actually, nikiwa kwa nyumba, I think my problem is, and I'm scared I don't know if I should share this. I'm scared to stock my fridge because I live with a man who is my brother. And mkate inaisha in 2 seconds, umeweka coffee, sijui sasa imeenda wapi, Weetabix inaisha. So like I just try not to stock because I'm buying for two. You know, just living with siblings, sometimes that there's that expectation that what's yours is mine.
Yeah.
So it's like yeah, I just avoid, and I think now what my pandemic has been that ordering out. Yeah, since there's nothing in the fridge,
You must
I'm gonna order out,
Yeah.
or I'll go to house because he's an amazing chef. Najua tu,
Oh, nice.
nitapewa
But even
food.
sometimes the food at home is not tasty. Like,
Of
it's
course.
nice, but you're like, no, let me order.
There needs to be like a
Pizza.
vavavoom.
Yeah, this
No, you get a Jumia message, 40% off KFC.
it's like they read your
Yeah,
mind.
they
They're like,
just
Right now, we're all gonna get those notifications.
oh my god, our phones are listening to us, guys. Yeah, but anyway, I'm you know, also with the festive season coming and gym, I'm like, okay, so December, are we going to the
Are we
gym?
going to the
But I
gym?
think what I don't want is January to have lost so much progress, you know. So I think I'm gonna work out till like 23rd, probably, and then take now that week for
let's just take note of what Alex is
Christmas.
saying right now.
Yeah.
Why?
everyone-
It's very possible.
everyone to
Nowadays
hold
it's
her
possible because I have a
accountable.
trainer. Before, yapa. But this one is more, and I'm not planning on traveling in December, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
Plus, I think now I'm getting to I was really struggling, I think, mentally in terms of working out, but now I think my mind is
Adapting.
conditioned,
Once it's part of your program, then it becomes easier to just convince yourself to do it.
yeah.
So that's good news. Mumana tumepata holiday.
So guys, we are planning a
Planting
tree planting
trees.
as part of a branch. By the time you guys watch this, you know we got a free holiday.
Yes, for planting trees. Do you really think Kenyans will be planting trees? Will you guys
No.
be planting trees? Where do people go, like, plant trees?
That's the question I was asking. I was
Yeah.
very because I want to plant on Monday. If we've been given a whole day, I might as well plant those
Do your
trees.
part.
Like, yeah, actually, where will you plant? Where would you plant a tree?
I don't. Honestly, that's the question at hand. They have like sections in Karura. Okay, everybody can come plant a tree here. I think it
I'll
should
ask
be
on Twitter or
clear.
something.
Wale watu wa business ya trees, this is your time to shine. Like,
Nauza seedlings kujeni. Naenda kuzitafuta kesho.
so yeah, I mean, at least another, and it's on a Monday, which is perfect because it's like 3-day weekend. Yeah.
No, as an economy, we are supposed to be working, not having holidays for planting trees.
Holiday.
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 Now, me, I'm like, si tulikula holiday juicy too. Anyway, it's fine.
Panzi.
Me, I'm looking forward to planting my trees. Yeah,
Okay, you let us know whether you actually planted those trees.
I'd love to. I think I'll ask maybe on Twitter. Twitter is where I
Ama
feel
you,
like I can
you
get a
plant,
good
okay.
response.
I was gonna say in your compound, but
Then no.
maybe in I don't know. Do those
Like,
like,
do you need
buying
permits
those to
also?
plants
Do you know
for your
permit to
house?
plant? And then you just go.
Does that count?
planting.
Like you just so you're taking care of the plant anyway, like becoming a plant mom. Is that like
Is that part of the? I don't think so.
your contribution?
So now that's planting a tree.
I don't think so.
Yeah, CS Kinduke, you need to make these things clear
to make
to
it clear.
Kenyans, not just announce we have any. Tell us how to go about it, you know.
Yeah,
Because I think it's a good initiative.
It is.
But we need a bit more direction on how to go about it.
Yeah. And before, we jump into now conversation with you, I wanted to also ask if you guys saw that news of this guy who came and built 52 wells in Kenya, Mr. Beast.
Oh my gosh, we saw that.
And now people are saying it's controversial because he filmed his activities and got into the African stereotype of the villages and everything. He's actually being cancelled. Some people are cancelling him because of that. What do
I
you guys
feel like
think?
already Mr. Beast's job.
That, yeah.
He's a content creator, and regardless of anything he does, he will film.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And he's been filming. Like he's been filming even outside of Africa, even in like
Yeah.
the first world countries. We've seen him give people $1,000. We've seen him give people phones.
the challenges
Yeah.
they do to win
Yeah.
cash. That's what
So
he
you
does.
see, so he's been doing it. I think maybe, I don't know if we're having a salty moment
Yeah.
as Africans, because personally,
People
I feel
want
like
to
he's
just
done a
see the
really good
Nairobi
job.
skyline.
Yeah, no, I feel like I just genuinely feel like we're having a salty moment.
I feel like we're not acknowledging the fact that it's a reality. There are places that don't have water.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that we don't have cities and people are not thriving. It is
Yeah.
a reality that people are suffering.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that, that we're also doing well. So, like,
And you wonder the
let's get
governors
over
for those
ourselves.
sections,
Let's
what
look
are
at
they
the good
doing
thing,
in
yeah.
those places? It took Mr. Beast literally less than 3 months to finish doing 52 whole wells in the whole of
100
Kenya,
in Africa.
100 in
Wow.
Africa. But we have governors for those counties. We have people who are even those MPs for those counties. Like, why is it so difficult to do something as simple as that? I think it was a shame on you to Kenyan government.
It was, and I hope that they received the message.
Yeah, because I mean, it didn't seem like he spent too much money. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done it like that. It's the resources that we are paying every month, these governors and MPs, and those taxes that are exuberant at the moment.
Yeah,
to
in
kind of cater to
2023,
those things.
surely we shouldn't have a drought and like not drought, but like there's no. What do you
Access to
mean? There's no
clean
water. You know.
Even he built, like, you know, whiteboards in schools, and then a bridge that, you know, everybody's passing, so he rebuilt the bridge. And I was just like, yeah, we need to stop thinking of Kenya as Nairobi, because Nairobi
Yeah.
is
yeah.
what people assume, or the capital cities in general
Yeah.
of African cities, because
Exactly.
the reality is most of Africa is within that stereotype, except the capital cities.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's something I wanted to bring up to see what you guys were thinking about that.
No, me, I'm like, let him go ahead and do it. Like, can we just celebrate it and stop looking for reasons to be like, instead of like, okay, now these kids have clean drinking water. These communities have clean. Yeah, so it's not about, even as we know in America, there are people in the streets. Like, it doesn't change the fact that it's America. You
There
know?
are people who are poor, and that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's this I think yeah.
Mr. Beast, come to Banter Brunch.
But
Yeah. You
Hey,
guys, your
Mariani.
notifications will skyrocket.
Yeah,
All your
Mr.
numbers
Beast
will
chooses to come and
skyrocket.
talk about his African
Pop,
experience.
you know me, such things now I start thinking about it. I'm like, is it possible? So let me-
The worst
let
you
me
can
leave
get is
my-
a no. So yeah, we'll just send a proposal to Mr. Beast and see whether he'll respond. He gets us out the hood.
Evelina is ready to send the email. Hey, I think he's coming out with
You know, he normally comes with
All
gifts.
his crew.
Yeah.
He was like, we'll give you $5,000 in funding for, you know, dream big.
So you're using this house? Let me buy it for you guys.
You know, apartment, you guys can be creative studio.
What?
You know?
Anyway,
So
yeah,
I
and
love
he's
that.
so young. He's like 24.
And he's using his platform for good. People just always look for things to bash content creators. I feel in a content creator's
So
life,
who
you
else
should expect a time when people will cancel you.
Yeah.
What do
should
you
Even if you're
expect
doing
that.
your best or
Bash
just
me- yeah.
unproblematic, because Mr. Beast is very unproblematic, you know. So who else do you want to come do it? Let's see, whoever has come, let them just come do it, you know, and let's.
Let them do it.
But yeah, the politics and holding leaders accountable, that's a story for another day, because as I said, devolution happens so that people you can be the president of your county and look out for the needs of that county, you know, and not just focus
exactly.
on the town.
Which is
Anyway,
what people
let's get
do.
into the episode with
First,
Tara.
Tara, have you ever been cancelled?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Have you been cancelled?
Yeah.
You have.
Twitter.
Ah,
Back in the day.
but not for content. Okay.
What happened? Are you keen to share? Do you need a tissue?
You need Sinta to do to Tawaria Manenos.
I was like 18. And I posted something on my Snapchat, a video of me twerking. And I'm telling you, my friend hyped me. She was like, babe, you have to post this. This is so, it will pop off.
And it was those ones where you reply.
And like a thread, a
thread.
twerking thread or something like
Yes.
that. So I said, see, we start a twerking thread. And then guys were like, yes, let's do it, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I felt like I was getting a lot of hype. Then I posted mine. And people really bashed me. Oh my God. I was hated on. But anyway, I got a lot of followers from that experience as well. But yani, you don't know which hole to crawl into. So yeah, people are really saying like, sasa hii ndio ulikuwa unasema wewe ndio unataka kwanza hii thread. Like, you know, like, and I was just like, girl, why did they lie to me? They're like, I know how to twerk. Like, you know, and I was so young. And, you know, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, will this reach my siblings, my mom? Just eventually, I was really popping off. Sister May had mentioned, and you know, when you're about to pop off on Twitter, the notifications get too much and you're like, fuck, what's going on? That's rarely ever a good sign on Twitter.
Yeah.
I tried to delete the video. Of course,
Everybody
people
had
already,
receipts.
of course, people in Twitter, I think they psychologically prepared, this person will delete this tweet. So they screen record and
this.
whatnot. And so when I deleted, of course, there was someone who you're deleting. We've already seen it to me repost. So I really just trended for like 3-4 days.
That's a long time to trend.
Yeah.
You're a star, girl.
A win's a win.
So it's
No, I remember that I actually have been bashed.
okay. Willing to share?
Oh my gosh, this is such a random video. So first of all, I feel like a lot of the bashing is done on Twitter.
Yes. And I think a lot of content creators do avoid Twitter.
Me personally, I avoid Twitter like the plague. I just have it for news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Anyway, so this year actually, so earlier this year, I created a tiramisu reel video for my personal Instagram. And
Italians.
oh, you don't want to mess with Italians, you guys.
I saw it.
It was a piece of content that I created specifically for Kenyan eyes. You know, when you make a tiramisu, the traditional way of making tiramisu is to use espresso coffee and amaretto. Is it amaretto?
It's
A
deep.
liqueur, a coffee liqueur to like deepen the flavor of the tiramisu. And then now you use lady fingers. Hey,
Nah, you
I
created
used-
for us. Kawaii,
I
that's
created for-
ingredients we can get in the supermarket.
yeah, because I'm like, of course, not all Kenyans have an espresso machine in their
Yeah.
house. So I used instant coffee instead of espresso. Oh. So first of all, the video did really well in Kenya. Everybody was like, it was so funny because the comments on my comments are so different. Kenyans are like, oh,
Saved.
we
Can't wait to try
love this. I'm gonna try it.
Mhm,
This looks
saved.
so good. Oh my gosh, Tara, we need more like this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I remember I saved it. I was like, I'm going to make for my friend's dessert.
then the video, and then it died, like it got quiet.
Yeah.
The next week, I don't know where that
Oh
video
my
went.
God.
It landed in Italy.
Algorithm picked it up now.
Oh my god! My notifications were popping. My phone was like
my
ding ding.
God.
I had to switch off notifications. That's the day I switched off
Wow.
notifications for Instagram.
Oh my God. What were they saying?
Guy, such mean things. There was someone who told me I will never ever make it in New York.
Oh my God. Sasa
Sasa
New York.
New York.
Oh, nani alikwambia unataka kwenda New York?
They
New York
came for
is-
me.
Wow.
They said this is a sacrilege. Never ever make tiramisu again.
Oh my God.
They're like, you've done such a horrible job. People were commenting like puking emojis
Oh
under
my
the
gosh.
video.
Were you deleting them?
Like, no, because that's good for engagement.
A win's a win, guys.
A win is a win, you
Instagram is like, guys are
guys.
commenting. They must be seeing something.
Because I'm sure you were also getting followers from that.
I
as well.
think I actually got a very big surge. I gained like 50,000 followers over that video.
Hey.
Yeah,
50K.
50K.
That's how those things
my
move.
God.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, Instagram knows. I'm sure you got over 1 million views.
It was
to it.
it got 2.1 million.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So now that's
Yeah.
people follow.
Oh my goodness.
A win is a win.
A win is a win.
What
So
the
that's a
enemy meant
win.
for evil, that turned it around for your good.
I actually for like a day I turned off the comments and I was like, what am I doing? This is actually getting like a lot of time. So I turned them back on and they continued.
So would
for
you
like
like
a
read through
week
the
and a
comments or you
half.
were just like, I'm not going to read the comments. I just
No,
know
I
engagement is good.
stopped. I stopped reading the comments at some point. But I could see them coming in. But I was like, you know what? At this point, I don't care anymore. The video is up already. And I personally feel like I did a really good job.
yeah.
So,
And the audience you were catering to actually did enjoy the
yes.
video.
ate it.
Yes.
I mean, being cancelled by another country in Europe, okay, I don't think it will affect sana. to be
Not
honest.
So if you
really.
know how to do
And
it, you
now-
guys do it the way you
And
do
now
it.
you gain 50,000 followers, which I'm assuming is also a diverse audience, which
Yeah.
is like a good thing. So, yeah, win's a win, guys. And the kubash watu, but just know whatever you're trying to do to make them go down, they are going to get up.
You
Because
will
even
not
me from
break
my
me.
bashing, I got like 400 new followers from just that. That's why I have like 4,600 followers on Twitter, but
Yeah.
I'm not really active on Twitter. But it's because I think I've been cancelled twice. I don't remember the second one, but it was like I was very active, like 18, 17, 19. So I think that's the era that, yeah, my fame came from on Twitter.
I don't think I've trended or. Of course, Twitter is random. People say stuff.
Yeah.
But that's why, yeah, every minute this Twitter I just consume.
You just
I really try
consume.
not to be on the side of just even if I think something, I think about it in a sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it
Especially
can,
for
it
kama
can.
we seem to a comebacks. I know Dennis Ombachi can really give you comebacks like.
Yeah, then now me, I just delete the whole account. In fact,
Because you can try to do a comeback and it backfires.
And it backfires. And
even
then
now
like,
there are people fighting on Twitter. By then Twitter, I think the energy is just
Brutal. It's just not a very friendly platform, and it's very hard for them to be on your side. And even if they're on your side, one time they'll go against. There was someone who was lifting deadlifts the other day. I'm not gonna say who, but someone on Twitter was lifting deadlifts the other day. Hey, comments. Bro, what's that from? At least ndio naita deadlift, because it was a proud
Oh my
moment for him.
God.
Like, he's lifted like
that's why I just
hello,
stick to
150
Instagram
kgs
stories.
or
Even me when
something.
my form was terrible.
Yeah.
No, and even
Nobody
commented,
can
guys
even-
are eating up the content. Like just say laugh ads on your stories.
Yes.
Yes, Twitter. Surely.
Twitter, the comments
Read
were
the
so
room.
bad, and even at least there was like one who said, "Oh, form can be better, but good
this
job,
someone I
keep
know?
pushing." It's someone you guys know. You can mute their name.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so he really trended for that deadlift, and I know now you start thinking, "Oh my gosh, I'm never posting anything."
Yeah. Oh my. And as I said, it was a proud moment.
It
for
was such a
sure.
proud moment. Loki, I wanted to do like to
Gosh.
post a follow-up video of a deadlift though, because that's my workout, and be like, and with the same nini, but I just
No,
said,
Ambu, hata
not
wewe
those
hiyo
people.
form umedhani
I'm
ni
not
heights.
those
Yeah,
people.
ni
Sitaki
wrong.
kufight. I don't want drama.
Post it to Instagram.
Wacha ni
Eat
post
it up,
Instagram,
we will
people love
say,
it.
The people on
Enjoy
Instagram
it.
are such lovers.
Yeah,
Like they're like,
very
oh my
few.
God, guys, let's go.
I think because again, people have chosen to follow you. You know, Twitter gives you content of everyone.
Everyone.
So you find people who you don't even know now coming to your stuff, and I feel like Instagram is more intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Na
even the
unapata ule
haters
mtu
are
anakuinsult.
Ana picha ameanza
Let
tu.
me just keep quiet. Picha yake sijui inakaa aje,
Twitter.
ati unakaa sijui. His kwanza they'll comment
of
something
course,
socially about your
yeah.
looks.
And it's not
Ati,
about
wow,
you,
you
it's
posted
about
this
the-
confident ati matiti zako zinafika kwa floor nini.
Smells so
Unaenda
bad. I
kuangalia.
told my boobs were like cow.
Suzy, you've been bashed before.
Yeah, but it was just one person, like Aisha Apple. So I
was like,
just look at him
surely.
like, huh?
There's always something, and you look at that person, even the DP, you're like, seriously, when don't unaongea?
Like, are you for real?
are
Is
you
this
so
you
for
who's
real?
talking?
Is it you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, now that we're in the content creation discussion, I think now it's time for us to get more into who you are, what you do, brag about yourself, tell us everything that we need to know. We'll just keep flowing from there.
Okay. So let's start from the beginning
Beginning.
of where I started.
Yeah.
All right. So my name is Tara. And so actually my first name is Nicole.
Okay.
My second name is Tara. I switched that when I went to high school because
Oh, so many Nicoles.
there was 1 million of them, and I had another Nicole as my classmate. And because I was new in the school, they would like my classmates to just like, already you're new, you're awkward, you're like, hey, am I even sitting well? How is my face? They would like they'll just call out the name Nicole. So then both of us are.
Yes.
Unageuka.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, because I'm still very new here, they can adapt to the new name. So I just said, call me Tara. And that's how,
It came about.
yeah, that's how it came about. So people actually feel like my like Tara is not a real name, but it's actually a name. It's in my ID. Shout out to my mom. Yeah.
Funny.
So I started content creation in 2013.
Wow.
Huh?
Yeah. And it was in the form of photography. So by then I had not opened a Facebook, I had not opened an Instagram or any of that. But I used to take a lot of pictures of my friends. And I had this like really tiny camera that we all use. I think like each family had like a camera that they would use for like the vacations and stuff like that. So I used to use that to take pictures of my friends in our backyard. Then I started doing it for school events.
Mm.
And then I opened this guy. Don't even search that page. Should I even say the name?
You don't have to.
Whatever
say the
you
name,
can.
like-
I opened this Facebook page, and I would put like all the pictures on there. And then sometimes someone would like request for me to edit. That was in 2019 when we would do those funny edits of like cartoon outline thing. So I would get their picture. So they would send me their picture. I put it through what was that software? I think it was like PicMonkey. You remember it?
I clearly was not creating content.
Yeah. So I'd put it through that software, and then it would come out with an image, and I put it back on the page, post it publicly, and then tag them. They loved that.
Wow.
Oh, then it just like blew up, and the page had like 3,000 likes and follow. Like I think it was likes at that time, 3,000 likes. And I like at that time would be subscribed to the page.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that was the page, and I did that for like about 2 to maybe 1.5 years.
Did you make any money through that? Or it
No.
was more of a passion project?
No, it was a passion project. Also, I was like 14. I was not looking to
Fair.
make any money.
You didn't even know this is.
I was like, yeah, I'm just having fun.
Like, yeah.
I think for me, my currency at that point was the likes.
The likes.
Yeah, that was my currency. And so then from 2014 onwards to like 2017, 2018, I started to study photography more seriously. I got the opportunity to work with Emmanuel Jambo. I don't know if you guys know him. Yeah, I was his intern for about 4 months. Why? I'm just telling you, photography, that style, it's not easy. So we would go to the studio. I would go to the studio every single day. Literally shadow him. I'd follow him like a shadow. All his shoots, I was there. If we did like off-site shoots, like the fashion shows and weddings and stuff, I was there. So sometimes he would give me the camera to take some shots. Other times I would just like hold the reflector, carry the lights and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think for me that was a really huge stepping stone into the
course.
creation world.
Wait, this was which year?
That was 2015.
2015. Wow, that was still, you were still quite young.
I was
and you
really
were
young. I was like
having
15,
the opportunity
16.
to shadow him.
Yeah. So yeah, I credit Emmanuel every single time. Like every time I have an opportunity to credit him, I do, because he was so patient and so nice to me.
You are a child, actually.
Yeah.
That's, some people maybe they'll say, oh, if you're in campus, okay, come, it makes sense to intern. But this is someone who actually genuinely wanted to help.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's very difficult for you to find a case where like a teenager is now taking place of that internship or whatnot. I think that really comes from a place of really genuinely wanting to nurture someone's talent or growth, especially now being on the other side of no longer being a teenager. You see how big of a step that could have been. Imagine, because I think it's very rare. So
Very.
yeah, that was a really good stepping stone.
It was really nice. He taught me how to use Lightroom even. Hey, I was like, at that point Lightroom was looking like Greek. Anyway, so then after 2015, I started to feel like, because that kind of photography is like studio, lights, makeup, what. I feel like that wasn't my style. Although I enjoyed it, and if someone asked me to do a studio shoot right now for you, I can. But
yes, you do fast. It's a paga.
yeah, so I was like, maybe let me try something with a bit more natural.
Yeah.
So I started practicing with natural light. I started doing food. That's when I started like to try food, to try. And then I fell in love with food. And I was like, let me just stick to this and see how that goes. So then I opened an Instagram account finally. Started posting my stuff, started posting also pictures of myself. So that was the journey. And then in I hope I'm saying these years right. In 2017 to 2018, my dad used to love going to church early. Guy, he would wake us up at like 6. He would wake us up so early.
He wants the first service.
First service, like
It's fresh.
first person in the church.
Hey.
So he'd wake us up so early. Obviously, no one has time to make breakfast on that day. So he'd say, okay, let's go to church and then you guys can choose where to go have brunch. that was it for me. So I was like, okay, every Sunday we're gonna do a different restaurant. So it was up to me to choose where we're going. So at that point I had a small iPhone. I think it was an iPhone 5S.
Yeah, it was a 5S.
So that's what I used to take pictures instead of the tiny camera. So every branch I would literally document. We'd wait for all the food to come, and then I'm there in my church dress, standing on the seat I'm sat on to take a flat lay. And I would do that every single Sunday. I did it for like months. And I think that's now what got like my Instagram going. Yeah. People were like, hey, we want to hear more about your thoughts. Where else have you gone? Do you like the food here? Have you tried the food here? Maybe you should try this place next time. Yeah. So then I would start I started building a database of recommendations on my Instagram. So so that's how I got into the food space, especially the food space. And then I decided to broaden my content and start a food blog. It was called, is it still there? No, I took it down. It's called Tiramisu by Tara. And
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu.
Come up and you're down for
No, it's just
Tiramisu.
Yeah.
But before you even go further, I just wanted to acknowledge that I love what you've said about you were working with what you had. So it was like, Sunday you're gonna have brunch. So this is the perfect time for me to practice this.
Yeah.
And I just also wanted to ask, what was your family thinking at this time? You're always taking photos of this food. Instagram, maybe they don't really know
they don't
about
understand
what it
it.
is.
So actually, thank God my parents are modern. I know there's some other parents that are like, what the hell is that? What the hell is the internet even?
Yeah.
But my parents are really modern, very liberal people. So they were excited for me. At that point, obviously, I was still in school and it was not like a big main priority. But where they could support is they would support the iPhones. My dad is one who obviously bought me my first iPhone. So yeah, so where he could, he would.
He would. Okay,
yeah.
that's really nice.
But at the point where it is time to take pictures and people are hungry, ooh.
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have?
I have one sibling.
A brother?
A brother.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're 4. Yeah, so at that point, they'll be like, excuse me, we're hungry. Can you just
wrap it up?
Yeah, the food is getting cold. And I'd make them put their hands on the table, pose them. So yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So where was I? I was at the food
Now
blog.
you were So now you've started Tiramisu by Tara.
Yes, I've started Tiramisu by Tara, and I mainly my goal for that blog was just to put all my restaurant experiences there. But it turned out to be me putting a lot more recipes and foods. Yeah, food recipes, cocktails, smoothies, food, breakfast, everything was more than the restaurant recommendations. And I used to take the pictures myself because, again, I was 15. I was not able to afford a food photographer. And even at that time, I don't remember knowing many food photographers as well.
It wasn't really that huge of a
it wasn't a big thing. Actually, was I 15? I think I was 19.
Okay.
When
So
I
this
started
is
the blog. So that is 2019. Yeah, 2019 to 2020. Yeah. So I did the blog consistently for the entire of 2019. Also posting the pictures on the Instagram as well. So every time I'd post, I'd also post the pictures on Instagram and say, yeah, new post, go see, go like. Also, people really love the blog. They loved the blog. They were like, yeah, we need to see you make this.
Nice.
Try make this. Try make cocktails next time. No. There was a lot of engagement. And I was like, maybe I'm doing something right. I feel like I'm doing a good job. So
at this time, were you thinking this is what you want to pursue as a career? Because you mentioned you were in school.
Yeah.
So what were you thinking you were gonna be at this time?
I was thinking. So I was already in uni, and I was studying. I did a bachelor's in business, right? But by that time I hadn't specialized. But I had a feeling I was gonna specialize in marketing, mainly based on my personality, but not that I was going to try do the food thing or even the content creation thing.
Yeah.
That was not a goal. I was probably thinking I was gonna end up working at an agency and then doing it on the side.
On the side.
Yeah, that was, I think, the goal. Even my dad was, because my dad wanted me to be an accountant.
Hey,
Tara, an
Can you
accountant.
be serious?
Imagine.
Were you good in math? You know, that's parent math. She's good at math, so maybe accountant.
So maybe accounting.
Yeah,
Hey.
that's parent math.
Yeah.
For you.
Okay, it's a good career.
I mean, it's a good, shout out to all the
Actually,
accountants, you know, but not for me.
I think we should do an episode on parent math. I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen people do that. Because that's generally how they think. Biology, okay.
Doctor.
History, law.
Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Engineering, math, and physics.
Yeah.
So yeah,
yeah.
it didn't work out. And even like my math, my math classes, I was struggling.
Yeah, so you
I was
definitely
really
knew
struggling.
this is not
yeah,
happening.
so I was like, yeah, that accounting thing. I just told him, maybe try my brother.
I think even with math, accounting is just, I think it's because you have to grasp what you're doing, so you do the math. I feel like the math part is not even the hardest part. The hardest part is understanding
logical
what
part
you are
of it.
calculating.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The logical part.
The
of
logical
it.
part.
And
Yeah.
from what I hear, accounting is like a very boring career to pursue.
Very.
Just
It's
saying.
like desk job,
Yeah.
fluorescent lights. Me, I hate fluorescent
Just-
lights.
Fluorescent lights. Only a photographer would say something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so by then I didn't think that it was anything to make money from, and I had spent so much money on that blog, you guys. Oh my god, I think I had dropped 50K
Why?
to get the website, to get
I'm going through that struggle right now with my website. I
Yeah.
thought this shit was free.
It's
Like,
not free.
guys.
It's so expensive. And then not only money, but also time. Like, how do I want the font, the color, the layout? Like, there's so
Branding.
much investment, rather except money, that goes into building a website.
Yeah.
So yeah, yes, I was taking my own pictures for my food, my recipes and everything. By this time we had gotten a bigger camera, a nice Canon camera that we would share between my brother and myself. So when I started my photography journey, my brother also was like, this looks interesting. So he picked it up. But he was doing more of abstract photography. Me, I was doing like the food. Anyway, so we used to share the camera. Then I got like the pictures just started getting better and better and better and better. And then I got my first paid gig, which I was so shocked about. I was like, guys, I just arrived.
And which year was this that you got your first paid gig?
This was in November 2019.
Wow.
Because now you see, it's because I don't understand why it's a shock, because you had been doing this for such a long time.
Yeah.
But I think it was maybe because of your age and you're thinking maybe this is not, but it's 100% like of the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
Because it's everything you are doing and more, like the blog to you posting pictures on Instagram, you seeing how the difficulty of maintaining a website and sharing, equipment with your brother. It genuinely feels like it was a culmination of all your effort throughout the time.
Yeah, now looking back.
Yeah, but I think maybe it's because your mind frame really wasn't doing this to make money.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
You know, I think
You're
you're
still
like,
thinking it's a
okay,
side gig.
I'm just
Yeah,
having
like
fun
this.
with this. I'm just investing because I'm enjoying to do this. So when someone is like, oh, but I have a budget for you, you're like, oh,
Really?
okay, that's
Even
nice.
at that point, you don't even know how much to charge. You don't even know
Yeah.
what to charge. Still, I think there was now one other person who was doing food photography on a full-time basis. So when I got that gig, and by the way, that gig was long. It was because it was a entire website revamp. Those guys were building their website and they had like 100 products.
Wow.
Everything needed to be shot. So we were shooting from November 2019 to March 2020.
Wow.
I think that's even the biggest gig I've had so far
Yeah.
in terms of longevity for photography. And so yeah, they were like, yeah, we love your stuff. Please come and shoot at our it was a bakery. Come shoot at our bakery. And yeah, so I just went. Actually, I didn't even know what I was charging. I called this guy, not the other guy who is the photography, Patrick. I called him and I was like, first of all, I love your work so much, but let me just cut the chase. I need to know how much to charge. This is the thing. And I have no idea. I want to also match up to the market value. I don't want to end up undercharging and then regretting later. So he gave me, but then he broke it down for me, which I was happy about, and I appreciated it, because when you ask someone a question like that, you expect 99% of the time the response is, I can't share with you.
Which I hate.
Yeah.
Gatekeeping, because especially when you're starting your own business, pricing yourself is a skill that really you need to have, because there are people who will say this is what the value and is supposed to be, and it's exuberant price, but there's also like underselling yourself. So what's that in between that's gonna be comfortable for the quality of work you're going to produce, but is also comfortable to the market price. So having a mentor who's able to just tell you, okay, really and truly, this is what you should probably think of charging people. That was definitely a blessing, especially at that age.
It's difficult finding a sweet spot, and you don't want to look like a naive beginner. Like, already they're entrusting you with their money, so you need to look like you know your stuff. So anyway, I went and did it. I had my camera and I had a light. My setup, by the way, was so simple. A camera, a light, a white backdrop that I had bought from Amazon, and a reflector. So when I showed up, they were like, is this it?
For today.
To be brought.
Because I feel like the people that they're used to working with have even rented a space. I went and shot at their location. But I feel like the people that they're used to working at like entire production houses that have C-stands.
So it must have been a big brand, because they were also thinking of investing in this.
Yeah, they were a really big brand. So I shot with them. They were, at that time, they were located at a food court. So can you imagine the attention? And I'm standing on seats and I'm taking pictures of cakes and stuff. You guys, there were people who used to, like, they used to stop whatever they were doing to just sit and watch.
Because it's also new to them. I think now guys are used to photography, content creators.
Now, the first few days, I used to feel so awkward.
Of course.
Like, I'm already standing on a chair. What if I fall on this cake? And then I have an audience. Anyway, so that was a really nice project that we did. We ended in 2020 March, just as soon as COVID hit like this.
Would you say that you were proud of the results?
Extremely. They still use the pictures until now.
Wow.
And they love them just until now. So I am very, very proud of that.